Everyone, I'm Karen Ryan with Long Foster and Reston.
And I'm Brian Hope with Prosperity Home Mortgage.
So we're here today. Brian, you and I talked last fall about mortgage rates, about being prepared, getting ready, about getting everything ready for as a buyer, right? So, and also there's the seller side of what they're looking at when they want to sell their home. So inventories continue to stay somewhat low. We're looking at low mortgage rates. So can you kind of bring us up to speed? It's a new calendar year. It's also a new presidential year. What's been going on?
Yeah, no, so a lot going on in the real estate market today, right? So rates continue to stay very, very low, historically low. And we've also seen on this part of the real estate transaction is the buyers continue to flood the market, but so what does that do? That creates this bottleneck situation where there's low inventory, there's a lot of buyers still trying to get and pick apart and find their perfect home. And so it creates this difficult market where, you know, sometimes there's 10, 13, I've seen 20, 25 offers on one home, right?
Yeah.
And so really the most important thing right now is to, you know, like we've talked about, get the buyer prepared. Right. And the first thing that we try to do on my end is get them in and not only get them pre-approved and get them pre-qualified, that way they know what they can afford. That way, you know, you're not spinning your wheels, they're not spinning their wheels trying to find that perfect home and they realize, oh my gosh, I don't qualify for that. Right. But really more importantly, now more than ever, it's getting together before they do that, before they start driving around and looking at property and creating a game plan so that we can go into the offer as competitive as possible.
Sure. You know, just to add to that, and I know you have more things to share specifically on that, but I had a client just the other day, and they're interested in, we're at the end of February now, and they're interested in buying in May and June. And they said, oh, well, we're qualified, we'll just wait till May. And I said, well, if you wait till May, you probably won't be able to get a home. And, you know, we want to work with you as buyers because we really want you to get the home that you have, but you can't wait till, as Brian says, right, to driving around and saying, oh, I want to go buy that house. You'll never get it. And we're seeing multiple offers from 7 to 10, and not to scare you, but it's all about preparation and working with the two of us to help you get there.
Yeah, exactly. So that's where preparation is the biggest thing that I've seen. You know, when you have a buyer that is doing something last minute and trying to buy their house, typically when they find it, they love it. They start getting the warm and fuzzies, but they go into the offer unprepared. Right, and what happens then is they don't get the offer because they're under this impression that they're the only ones out there that are interested in the property, and it's because they haven't done their homework. They haven't talked to you. They haven't talked to me yet. And so really, what it comes down to, especially in this market where there's such low inventory and such a competitive atmosphere, is getting in with you, getting in with me. At that point, it's not only about, again, what do you qualify for, but how can we go out this weekend, or how can we go out next month, or how can we go out this summer? And go, when we find that property, go in as hard as possible and as competitive as possible so that we can win this thing. And you know, it's a market right now where list price isn't going to win it, right? You sometimes have to go $5, $10, $15, $20,000 over the sales price and do other things with your contract and with the offer in order to win.
Sure. And
so that's where we have that conversation together, we talk with the buyer, and we prepare them for this type of market that they're in. Because it's something that I haven't seen in a while, and I don't think it's necessarily a bad thing. I think it's a great thing, and there's a reason why there's so many buyers in this market, right? You have low rates, right? And so that's why everyone's trying to take advantage. But in this low inventory market, we have to be prepared, and that way you guys set yourself up for the best possible situation when entering that offer.
Right. And you and I talked a lot about this last fall, and again, even more so now. If you're a first-time homeowner or somebody who hasn't had purchased a home in 5 or even 10 years or even longer, there's so many programs. If you're in Virginia, there are programs that you can get in a home, and there's always that perception you have to put 20% down. You don't have to put 20% down still to make a great offer, right, Brian?
Exactly, right. So and that's the thing, right? I'm not seeing necessarily the down payment play into, oh, do we take this offer? Do we take that offer? It's all the other things that you and I talk about all the time, and that's where we sit down. But absolutely, there's loans that, you know, you put 0 down if you're a first-time home buyer. You can put 3% or 10% or any. You know, you can always put less than 20%. But it's about finding that product that works best for you and works best for the client. and that only starts when, you know, we're prepared and we do it up front and not last minute, you know, on a Saturday where the first conversation that they're having with a you or a me is when they go on Zillow and they find their home of choice, right? So that's where, you know, setting the proper expectations, having this be a collaborative effort is going to set not only you and I up for success, but set up the clients out there for success, because we want to be able to help them not only, you know, find that perfect home and get qualified, but win the offer, right? And that's where it's so important right now to get in early.
Right. And all of this is not to make you nervous and think, oh gosh, I'm never going to get a home. You will get a home, but again, preparation is key. Knowing what neighborhoods that you're open to, not just one specific neighborhood. I don't know how many times I've worked with clients and they say, I want to be in this specific town in this neighborhood, and they wind up buying 20 miles away. So those things happen. There's a lot of great neighborhoods, a lot of good markets in this area. So we're here to help you. Brian is just a genius on everything from getting your mortgage to getting you, making sure you're approved, and we help you on that end when you make that offer so that you're prepared, we're prepared, and you can get your dream home.
Absolutely.
So thanks, and we'll be back in a couple months for another update, but just give us a call. Again, I'm Karen Ryan with Long & Foster in Reston.
And Brian Hope with Prosperity Home Mortgage. Take care, everyone.
Okay, thank you.